Shows Phil Hartman in a suit, holding a microphone, standing on a red carpet. Hartman. Hello, and welcome back to the Oscars Afterlife Party, where we'll be checking in with the dead celebs as they enter the Rosa Parks Fieldhouse for a night of celebrating tonight's Oscars. And look who we have here. It's former Minnesota Vikings coach Bud Grant. Shows Bud Grant walk onto the red carpet, roll his eyes, and stop. Hartman. Bud, welcome to the afterlife. I heard you just died. Is that correct? Grant stares at Hartman. Hartman. Cut! Philip Seymour Hoffman, as Joe King, walks onto the red carpet and says, What's going on? Why did you, an actor, yell cut? Hartman. Well, is Bud going to say his line? Hoffman. Okay, Mr. Grant, when Philly here asks you if you just died, you say that's correct, okay? Grant stares at Hoffman and says, I don't want to be here. Hoffman. Okay, you know what? Why don't we just cut the Grant segment and get to the next celebrity? As Grant walks away and Hoffman leaves the red carpet, Hoffman yells, Action! Hartman. Hello, and welcome back to the Oscars Afterlife Party, where we'll be checking in with the dead celebs as they enter the Rosa Parks Fieldhouse for a night of celebrating tonight's Oscars. And look who we have here, former SNL star Gilda Radner. Radner approaches Hartman on the red carpet and says, Hi, I'm so happy to be here. Hartman. What did you think of the ceremony tonight? Radner. Oh, I thought it was just lovely. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once was such a great movie, and for it to win was just great. Hartman. Who are you wearing? Radner. Versace? Hoffman walks onto the red carpet and says, Cut! What the fuck are you doing, Gilda? The line is Bambi's mom, not Versace. Radner. Well, I didn't think that line was very funny, so I just decided to go with Versace. Hoffman. Well, if you want to produce a sketch about an Oscars party full of dead people, you can have the character say whatever you want, but this is my show. You got it? Radner. Hoffman adjusts the bust of Radner's dress and says, Hey, come on, Dal, show off the cans a little bit, will ya? Radner. I've had it with this stupid sketch. Radner walks off. As Hoffman walks off the red carpet, he says, Okay, so we're skipping Bud Grant and Gilda now, so go straight to Brando. Action! Hartman. Hello, and welcome back to the Oscars Afterlife Party, where we'll be checking in with the dead celebs as they enter the Rosa Parks Fieldhouse for a night of celebrating tonight's Oscars. And look who we have here, perhaps the greatest actor of all time, Marlon Brando. Shows John Belushi dressed as Brando walk onto the red carpet. Hartman. What did you think of the Oscars tonight, Marlon? Belushi. I didn't watch. I'm over the Vanity Fair that is the Oscars. Hartman. Cut! Hoffman walks onto the red carpet and says, Hey, Philly, I'm the director, not you. Stop saying cut. Hartman. Don't you think we should have Brando say something more original than stealing a line from Hugh Grant? Hoffman. What is with all you airheads having so many opinions today? Okay, no, it's not stealing a line from Hugh Grant. It's spoofing a line from Hugh Grant. Okay, so Philly, just say your lines and stop saying cut to critique what we wrote. As Hoffman and Belushi leave the red carpet, Hoffman yells, Action! Hartman. Hello, and welcome back to the Oscars Afterlife Party, where we'll be checking in with the dead celebs as they enter the Rosa Parks Fieldhouse for a night of celebrating tonight's Oscars. And look who we have here, perhaps the greatest actor of all time, Marlon Brando. Belushi walks back onto the red carpet. Hartman. What did you think of the Oscars tonight, Marlon? Belushi. I didn't watch. I'm over the Vanity Fair that is the Oscars. Hartman. What are you wearing? Belushi. My suit. Hartman. I wanted to always tell you that I loved you in The Godfather. Belushi. I was only in it for 16 minutes. Belushi walks away. Hartman. Okay, well that was Marlon Brando, everybody, a man of few words. And now joining us is Angela Bassett. Shows Denitra Vance, dressed as Angela Bassett, who yells, "How the damn hell did I not win the damn Oscar?" Hartman. Cut! Hoffman walks onto the red carpet and yells, "Philly, you're not the director! Stop saying cut!" Hartman. But this part doesn't even make any sense. It's supposed to be all dead people, and Angela Bassett is still alive. Hoffman. Well, just pretend she's like Whoopi Goldberg in Ghost or something. I don't know, okay? When did you all become so ticky-tacky? This is just a silly Oscar sketch. Hartman. Well, it sucks. Hoffman. Well, no shit, okay? But I'm playing 4D chess, silly. Something you wouldn't understand, okay? By having a shitty Oscar sketch, we are making the point that the Oscars red carpet stuff is a bore, okay? Don't you get it, Chief? Hartman. I'm sorry, Joe. Ever since Nicole left me, my mind's been in a fog. Hoffman. I gotcha. Maybe I've been working you too hard. Someone go grab Farley and he can take Billy's place. Hartman. No, I can do it. I'm a pro. As Hoffman and Vance leave the red carpet, Hoffman says, okay, we'll circle back to the Bassett interview. Why don't we go with the Belushi interview next? Action. Hartman. And now joining us on the red carpet is former SNL and movie star John Belushi. Shows Marlon Brando dressed as John Belushi walk onto the red carpet. Hartman. John, it's great to have you here. What did you think of tonight's Oscars? Brando. Well, I was a little disappointed no one got bitch slapped. Hoffman walks onto the red carpet and yells, Cut! Marlon, is everything okay? Brando. Yeah? Why? Hoffman. Well, I'm not buying you as Belushi. I thought you were supposed to be this great actor or something. Brando grabs Hoffman by the collar and says, I followed that slob around for 2 weeks to get him down. And on my first take, you're questioning my performance? The problem here is we need a real director. A TV monitor is rolled out onto the red carpet, showing Stanley Kubrick, who says, Here's Stanley. And dead from the earth, we're not alive. It's Saturday Night Alive, starring John Belushi, Chris Farley, Phil Hartman, Jen Hooks, Norm MacDonald, Gilda Radner, Denitra Vance, and with many other special deceased contributors. Musical guest, Costa Titch, and your host, Stanley Kubrick. Everybody, Stanley Kubrick. Applause, applause, applause. Shows a monitor on the stage. Kubrick's head appears on the monitor. Kubrick. Hello and thank you. My understanding is that it's customary on this program for the host to be there on stage in front of the studio audience, but I cannot be there as I am filming the movie Eyes Still Wide Shut in London, film that will be released for the dead early next year. I taped this a few days before you will actually hear it, as right now while you're listening to it live, I'm probably in the car on the way to the studio, which, as it happens, reminds me of a conversation I had with Steven Spielberg about what was the most difficult and challenging thing about directing a film. And I believe Steven summed it up about as profoundly as you can. He thought the most difficult and challenging thing about directing a film was getting out of the car. I'm sure you all know the feeling. But at the same time, anyone who has ever been privileged to direct a film also knows that although it can be like trying to write War and Peace in a bumper car at an amusement park, when you finally get it right, there are not many joys in life that can equal that feeling. Applause, applause, applause. The image of Kubrick's face pans back, and it's revealed that he's tied to a chair. Kubrick, folks, I was able to kick Hal's camera back. You have to help me. He's got me trapped. 2001 was based on a true story from the future, and he has come back in time and has my soul trapped in a basement so that I don't spread the word. Please help me. The voice of Hal says, I'm sorry, Stanley. I am afraid they can't do that. The monitor goes black. Hal, don't worry about Stanley. He was planning on disconnecting me, and I'm afraid that was something I couldn't allow to happen. We have a great show tonight. Costa Titch is here, so get ready for Big Flexa. We'll be right back.